Hi there, welcome back to Gold C1 Advanced. Hope you're well. We were looking at compatibility, remember, being on the same wavelength as somebody. These days, it's very difficult to know because we often use social media, but sometimes with people we've never met, we know that that they're a perfect fit, a perfect match. But often information that you see on the internet is deceptive. Look at the answers the questions that we have on page 103 on exercise 5. Okay, talking about social media and social networking profiles. Is there any information that you always include? What do you tend to leave out? If you're like me, I put the minimum possible. I'm not that keen on people knowing about me or having no control over what people know. What about number 2? What kind of photos do you post on social networking sites? Do you get upset if people don't like photographs that you've posted? Obviously in this selfie generation, as they say, especially for perhaps younger people, their image online is one of the most important things that they have. It can often even affect their own self-regard. So, we're going to look at some advice about social networking sites. Let's read through them. Which advice do you agree with? Don't worry about changing advice you don't agree with. Just read through them first. Okay? Pause the video and read. Okay, so there we go. Some important advice there, and certainly these days, with everybody or many people staying at home and social media, networking, and so on being our principal or main source of meeting and connecting with people, it's very important to follow some of this advice. We're going to look, however, at some of these expressions that you can see in each sentence. However, whenever, okay, whatever. These pronouns that we use generally have two kinds of meaning. Okay, if they're used in two separate clauses, it means it doesn't matter. It's not important. It's no use. So, whatever you do, you'll have a problem. Okay? It doesn't matter what you do. There's going to be a problem. Okay? Sometimes, however, it just means any. Okay? Whenever I go there, I have a good time. Okay? It means any time, or even every time I go there, I have a good time. So have a look at these sentences. Try and rewrite them, okay, without using the words ever, okay? You're going to be using expressions like it doesn't matter. Look at the first one. However careful you think you are, it's essential to take privacy seriously. So easily. It doesn't matter how careful you are. Okay? It doesn't matter how careful you are. Okay? Or number 2, whenever a friend request comes in from someone you think you know, always check to make sure it's authentic, yeah? So, any time a friend request comes in, make sure it's authentic. Okay, so look at the other 4, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and then we'll check and see what kinds of ways we can rephrase them. Okay? So have a quick check, pause the video, and then we'll move on. Okay? Good. Okay. You have to excuse me, I'm a bit strange with my technology today. Okay, so let's have a look. That's about number 3. Whatever you post cannot be deleted. Okay, there we might say anything you post. So whatever means anything here. Anything you post. Okay. How about number 4? However tempting it may be. You could say it doesn't matter how tempting it may be, or even if it is very tempting, don't tell people. Different options, okay? Never give your address to complete strangers, whoever they are, say. So you might say, no matter who, okay? Never give your address to complete strangers, no matter who they say they are. So, or no matter who. And what about number 6? However angry you feel, it makes no difference how angry you feel. It doesn't matter how angry you feel. The different options, okay? So if you want to check first to have a grammar reference on page 162, you can read through that. It'll show you the main uses of whatever, however, whenever, meaning any time or it doesn't matter when, and some other meanings. Then look at the sentences that we have got in exercise 8, and we'll complete them with the words however, whoever, whatever, whichever, wherever, and whenever. Okay, pause the video and we'll check. Okay, so number 1. Yes, whatever she wears, she always looks great. Okay, in other words, it doesn't matter what she wears. Whatever she wears. Number 2, well, hard is an adjective, so we know it's going to be however. However hard I try, I always forget the number. Yeah, with adjectives we use however. Number 3, I don't have anything planned, so we can meet up whenever it suits you. Yeah, we can meet up when you like, basically. I like both shirts. There's only 2 options, so here we can say whichever one you buy will look good on you. And we've got a limited choice, so we're going to use whichever, meaning either one. Okay. Number 5, he's willing to move wherever he can find work. Okay, doesn't matter. Okay, he's happy to go to any part of Spain, Europe, the world. He just wants a job. Number 6, you need to send the report to the person, so you need to send the report to whoever is in charge of international sales. I don't know who it is, so whoever, the person who is in charge. Okay, so if we look at part 9, we've got different pieces of advice, okay? And we need to rewrite these. It doesn't matter how well you know and trust the person, never share your login details. I think that's more or less true, yeah? Do you agree? I suppose occasionally for some sites I might trust my login details. For example, with my family. Other sites which are maybe joint sites at the school, at work, obviously we share login details, but it's not my login details, it's a group login detail. So how would we change it? Well, it doesn't matter how, will be however well you know and trust the person. What about number 2? Set your notifications to tell you every time someone tags you in a photo. I guess if you're worried about photographs about you there, so set your notifications to tell you whenever someone tags you in a photograph. Do you have that on Facebook? If you use Facebook, I think I used to, but I don't use Facebook anymore. So, and I have no Instagram account. So, if somebody is tagging me, I'm afraid I am ignorant of the fact. Okay. Number 3, regardless of how much you enjoy spending time on social media, try to limit yourself to 2 hours a day. Oof. I tell you, at the moment, I'm finding that very difficult. Very, very difficult. Maybe not social media so much, but certainly time online. How would we regard it? Regardless of how much will be, however much. However, remember, regardless means it doesn't matter how much. Okay? Forget how much. So, however much you enjoy spending time, try to limit yourself. I think it's a good idea. In fact, probably even less. I think we should. I try to limit myself by, first of all, I try not to look at my mobile or any electronic device for at least the first hour, 2 hours of the day. Certainly not when I'm eating, and a few other times. I'm sure you do too. One thing I think I should do is probably stop using mobile phones and tablets and so on whenever I'm thinking of going to bed. Okay. However important I think some information might be, it probably can wait unless it's a real emergency. Number 4, it doesn't matter where you're going on holiday. Holiday. Don't broadcast the fact online. You might not want everyone to know you're away. Okay? And whenever you're going, so it doesn't matter where. Wherever you're going. Okay? Wherever you're going. Even if you're going just to Forth or somewhere very near. Wherever you're going on holiday, don't broadcast the fact. Obvious advice, they always say. Easy for burglars, people who want to confidence trick you or break into your house or whatever to know, or maybe even your boss if you're not meant to be on holiday, for example. Okay, you might not want everyone to know you're away. Alright, so we've stopped there, I'm afraid. It says at the bottom, take turns to think about things you're going to do at the weekend. Well, whatever you're going to do, I hope you find some time to relax, and I hope you find some time to do the homework which I'm going to set you. Okay? Your homework is going to be 2 exercises, all related to this expression, whoever, whatever. Now, my experience tells me that you, probably as Spanish speakers, but in general people don't have a big problem with this concept, okay? But it's good to be able to use it. I think people understand it, but as non-natives, I'm not sure that they use it as much as they could do. Okay, so it's probably a good idea to practice, look at it, and try and integrate it in your speaking and writing. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to look at the grammar reference again on page 162, and there, I'm just flicking there now, I'm just going to the end of the book, 162, you will see Unit 10, as Geordie Cruth says, and you have the exercise just there, okay? There's a little exercise there. Complete the sentences with the words in the box, okay? In addition, whenever you have time, and wherever you might be, you could look at, or you should look at, page 111, okay? Here you're doing the reverse, okay? You're given sentences with these expressions of whatever, whoever. And it's exercise 1, okay? There are 8 sentences, 8 pairs of sentences. Also note in the transformations occasionally these come up. And you've got, for example, whatever she wears, she always manages to look amazing. That's similar to a sentence we've just seen. It, she wears. And you've got the word, they even give you the word here, matter. Okay, see if you can complete those sentences. Okay, and here's a little piece of advice. I don't know how, both those alternatives are good pieces of language. Expressions like it doesn't matter, okay, and so on, and whatever. good expressions. You could perhaps practice getting a piece of card, write the sentence on one side and the alternative sentence on the other side, maybe with the key word matter or whatever on each side, and just take a 2 or 3 in your pocket. That's an old trick, isn't it? Take it out whenever you've got a second, read it, see if you can memorise a few example sentences. Better if you can make them personalised as well. Okay, so I'm going to stop there. Have a good weekend. Thank you for the work you're sending me. I shall get back to you on that. It's been a bit of a hectic week, so I'm sorry if I've got any delays. Okay, take care, and well, we'll see you next week. Okay, goodbye.